There's a buzz around the Lakers facility that feels electric, rumors swirling faster than a fast break, whispers of a reunion that could reshape the entire landscape of Los Angeles basketball. Pause for a second. Take a deep breath. Because if you love the Lakers as much as I do, you're going to want to stick around for every word of this. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you every thrilling development from the heart of Laker Nation. If you're excited for what's coming next, smash that like button and subscribe now. Turn on the notification bell so you're first in line for every bombshell update. Now, let's dive right into the story that's got every insider, every journalist, and every diehard fan talking. Anthony Davis, yes, the same AD who famously helped deliver the 2020 championship, is reportedly back at the Lakers' practice facility, wearing a Mavericks hat. You heard that right. According to multiple eyewitness reports, Davis arrived alongside a group of Dallas Mavericks representatives for the recent Clutch Sports Pro Day at the Lakers' own training center. That contingent included Mavs head coach Jason Kidd, general manager Nico Harrison, and AD's Clutch Sports associates Jared Dudley and Sean Sweeney. And while it's common for teams to host league events, the optics here are impossible to ignore. The man who demanded a traditional center to free him up at power forward is standing in the very building where he once strode as one of the game's most dominant bigs. Could this mean Anthony Davis is on his way home? Is it possible that the Lakers have quietly worked out terms to bring him back into the fold? Fans are wondering if this could be the beginning of another blockbuster move, one that not only reshapes the roster but also sends a message to the entire Western Conference. The purple and gold are not messing around. Let's rewind for context. In February, the Lakers orchestrated one of the most stunning trades in recent memory, sending Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange for Luka Doncic, against Luka's will and future assets. At the time, AD made it clear he wanted the Lakers to acquire a true center so he could shift over to power forward, the role where he thrived alongside the likes of Derek Lively II and Daniel Gafford. But when you've already etched your name in Laker lore with a championship banner, goodbye can feel more like see you later. Fast forward to last week's Clutch Pro Day, and you've got Anthony Davis, sporting that Mavericks cap, walking through the same hallways where he once trained for finals. We know Clutch represents both Davis and LeBron James, and that they organized workouts for top prospects like Duke's Common Malawach and Florida's Walter Clayton Jr. But hosting that event at the Lakers facility, that's a statement in itself. Some insiders believe the Mavs group's visit was purely logistical, scouting for Dallas's upcoming draft lottery pick, Cooper Flag, and doing due diligence on potential trade targets. Others argue that Davis's presence is a wink, a gesture to Laker brass that he's already home in spirit, ready to don the purple and gold again if the opportunity arises. Could Anthony be using this moment to remind the front office and the fans of what he brings to the table? His 2020 finals performance, his capacity to defend the rim and stretch the floor, and his unbreakable chemistry with LeBron? And let's not forget the emotional angle. Los Angeles was Davis's home for 5 seasons. He grew into a superstar here. He fought through playoff battles, injuries, doubts, and delivered greatness on the biggest stage. He formed a bond with the city, its media, and most importantly, with his teammates. Even if he didn't originally request the move to Dallas, Davis has always made it clear that his heart remains with the Lakers. So, could this simply be a formality before the ink dries on a return? Now, let's speculate on how this hypothetical reunion might unfold. Imagine the Lakers' rotation shifting once more, Davis sliding back to power forward, where he can exploit mismatches against smaller opponents, and a newly acclimated center, perhaps a rising rookie or a savvy veteran, manning the paint. The offensive sets become more dynamic. LeBron orchestrating from the elbow, Luka weaving through the defense, and AD's screener role creating relentless pressure. Could we see an uptick in pick-and-pop opportunities? How about a revamped defensive identity where Davis anchors the interior and clamps down on opposing bigs? But with big moves come big questions. How will J.J. Redick integrate AD back into the lineup alongside Luka? Will their minutes mesh seamlessly, or will there be a period of adjustment as rotations are reconfigured? Can the coaching staff manage load and chemistry so late in the season? And what does this mean for the young contributors like Austin, Reeves, or Max Christie? Will their roles shrink, or could a fresh injection of star power spark a new energy that benefits the entire roster? And what about the Mavericks? Dallas used that third piece of the trade, future draft capital, to solidify their front court depth. Are they now willing to pivot, trading back some of those assets to accommodate Davis's wish? The luxury tax. Implications alone could be staggering, but in a market that demands championships, is any price too high for a proven superstar? Keep in mind, Anthony Davis was vocal about wanting a certain roster composition before the February deal. He wanted a true center to complement his skills, and he got that in Dallas. But with the Lakers rumored to be exploring perimeter upgrades in the upcoming trade deadline, might they package picks or players to bring back AD, satisfying both Davis's role preference and the team's championship aspirations? One more angle. LeBron James. You know, LeBron and AD share a deep bond. Teammates, friends, occasional co-stars in epic playoff runs. If Davis walks back through the tunnel at Crypto.com Arena in purple and gold, don't underestimate the psychological boost that would give the king. LeBron has proven time and time again that he elevates his teammates. Imagine what he could do if reunited with a familiar partner in crime. The ripple effects extend beyond the locker room. Ticket sales would skyrocket. Social media would go into a frenzy. National media would pivot to LA as the center of every NBA conversation. And make no mistake, opposing teams would instantly adjust their game plans, knowing they're facing a lineup that features three of the most dynamic playmakers in the league. Now, here's where you come in. What do you think this means for the Lakers' title chances? Could Anthony Davis really be on his way back? Is this strategic theater for leverage or the prelude to one of the biggest midseason reunions in recent NBA history? And how do you see the coaching staff juggling minutes and chemistry if this all comes to fruition? I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. This saga feels far from over, and if there's one thing we know, it's that in Laker Nation, hope and hype are never in short supply. LeBron's return to the lineup would immediately reshape the Lakers' rotation, but it also sets off a chain reaction that ripples through every aspect of this squad's identity. With Anthony Davis potentially back in purple and gold, the front court suddenly transforms into one of the most formidable tandems in NBA history. And that's before you even factor in the addition of Luka Doncic's shot creation wizardry. Imagine the defensive matchups. Teams would be forced to choose between sending help to stop AD in the post or collapsing on Luka's drive and kick artistry. Either decision creates opportunities for the third scoring option, whether it's Austin Reeves catching fire from deep or Rui Hachimura crashing the offensive glass. Suddenly, perimeter spacing opens up in ways opponents can't prepare for, and that's exactly the kind of nightmare scenario a championship contender thrives on. But championships aren't won on paper. Chemistry is the secret sauce that binds talent, workload management that preserves it, and strategic ingenuity that unleashes it. J.J. Redick's approach in the coming weeks will define his tenure. Will he stagger LeBron and Luka's minutes, sprinkling them throughout the game to maximize effectiveness? Or will he unleash both early, setting the tone from tip-off and daring opponents to keep pace? There are no easy answers, and that's what makes this storyline irresistible. Every timeout huddle will be dissected, every substitution questioned, because the margin for error in the Western Conference is razor-thin. Practical concerns abound. LeBron will need to find his rhythm quickly, transitioning from managed rest to high-intensity playoff-level play. His conditioning, despite the managed ankle workload, will be tested by the back-to-back nature of the schedule. But rest assured, there's no player in NBA history more adept at calibrating effort to preserve peak performance when it matters most. Then there's Davis, whose comfort-playing power forward in Dallas under Jason Kidd's system offered glimpses of a rejuvenated skill set: face-up threes, rim-running finishes, and elite rim protection. If he brings that level of two-way versatility back to the Lakers, it could unlock an entirely new dimension for this roster. And let's not overlook the intangible impact on the locker room. Veteran leadership is contagious. LeBron's unwavering work ethic and AD's defensive intensity set standards that young players adopt. When the big names are on the bench, the energy can lag. When they're on the court, it electrifies everyone. That elevation often manifests in unexpected heroes, players who seize the moment when eyes are on the superstars. Keep an eye on Max Christie, whose length and shooting could flourish with less defensive attention, or on Cam Reddish, whose slashing ability might see renewed opportunities against stretched defenses. Of course, the schedule remains unforgiving. After facing Charlotte, Portland, and Denver, the Lakers embark on a Western Conference gauntlet filled with teams fighting for seeding: Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, and a rematch with those tough-minded Golden State Warriors in Oracle-inspired environments. In each of those arenas, physicality and pace will test the Lakers' depth. How will they handle high-altitude nights in Denver or the relentless pick-and-roll assaults of OKC? The answer lies in the blend of elite superstar play, role player, buy-in, and Redick's game-to-game adjustments. Let's talk playoff positioning, because that chase is every bit as important as any individual game. Finishing in the top four avoids the play-in tournament altogether, and that coveted seeding could be the difference between a first-round matchup against a sub-500 squad and a dogfight against a confident seventh seed. With LeBron's experience, AD's two-way impact, and Luka's transcendent scoring, the Lakers have the pedigree to vault up the standings, provided they avoid injury, maintain momentum, and guard against complacency. Every win over a fellow contender is 2 points in the standings and a psychological edge. It's also worth considering the trade deadline and buyout market. If Anthony Davis's return pans out, the front court is set, but perimeter depth always remains a pressing need. The Lakers could target a two-way wing who offers defensive versatility or a sharpshooter capable of spacing the floor further. Names will swirl, and if the Lakers identify the right piece, one low-cost move could push this roster from very good to legitimate title favorite. But drama isn't reserved for the court. Off it, the media landscape is primed for every hint and rumor. Anthony's Mavericks hat in the Lakers facility will spawn dozens of headlines, social media debates, and insider scoops. LeBron's post-practice comments on feeling good will be parsed for hidden meaning. Every IG story and cryptic tweet will be dissected as evidence of impending roster shifts. And you, the fan, become part of the narrative. Sharing takes. On Twitter, debating with your friends, fueling the excitement that drives this entire ecosystem. Amid all the speculation, one truth remains: Laker Nation thrives on hope. From dusty banners in the rafters to the newest championship aspirations, this fan base lives for the next big moment. The potential reunion of LeBron and AD, the emergence of Luka in Laker purple, and the strategic masterclass of a brilliant coach combine into a storyline worthy of Hollywood. And as March Madness gives way to playoff anticipation, the energy in Crypto.com arena and across LA will reach fever pitch. So here we stand, poised on the brink of possibility. Will Anthony Davis really be a Laker again this season? Will LeBron's managed return ignite a second-half surge that propels this team past every obstacle? Can Luka adjust on the fly and produce at an all-NBA level within the flow of this new system? And perhaps most importantly, will J.J. Redick's rotations and game plans maximize this star-studded roster without sacrificing chemistry or health? I don't have all the answers, but I know one thing for sure. This journey is going to be unforgettable. The questions, the drama, the stakes, they're exactly what makes sports the greatest spectacle on earth. And as a die-hard fan of the Lakers, I can't wait to experience every high, every low, and every jaw-dropping moment alongside you. So tell me, what's your prediction? Will AD walk through those doors in purple and gold? Will LeBron and Luka's partnership become the stuff of legends? And when the final buzzer sounds on this second-half run, where will the Lakers stand in the championship race? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm fired up to read every single one. Because in Laker Nation, our voices echo as loudly as the roar of the crowd. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit subscribe to Lakers News, fan report, and ring that notification bell so we can keep riding this thrilling wave together. Until next time, let's stay loud, stay proud, and stay ready for whatever the purple and gold have in store.